Tá na dahana difriúil.
Tá na dahana difriúil. Dahana colors. The colors are difficult, different, difriúil. Colors are different. Probably a loan from Latin, but what about the ending? What's going on there? Diffjar and ul is an adjective deriving suffix. Middle Irish dechbir. Okay, it just happens to look like the Latin word. Unconnected. De-eithber. Blameless. With an Old Irish jad, spelled like dead, and Welsh diwedd. Alternatively, okay, we've got uncertain etymologies here. And jethvir. Word spelled D-E-I-T-H-B-I-R. Fuel. Colors, right? Yeah, colors are different. So the word order is the really fascinating and, to me, hard part about learning Irish. Colors are different. First look at the English sentence that I've put here. Subject first, the colors. Then our verb phrase fills out the rest of the sentence. It's the intransitive verb to be, and it needs a complement with it. We can't just say the colors are. That's still not a complete thought. The verb be needs some sort of thing filling it up. We call it a complement. Now in Irish, we've got the inflected verb first, tá, and then comes the subject noun phrase. Verb subject difriúil. This is the subject complement. It's what is joined with the copula noun phrase. Our English ones are nice and contiguous. All of the verb phrases together, uninterrupted. But in Irish, the subject, seemingly out of place, is intruding there.
Níl siad béna.
This níl, there is not. We could call it a negative root. Siad, they. So it's going to be they are not. Daina.
Níl siad béna.
Daina is humans.
Níl siad béna.
So here, this is, okay, I've worked out, Levi, that from the sentence structure you can work out which verb is being negated, whether it's is or ta. The meaning is they are not human or humane, Diana.
Níl siad béna.
Come on. Alright, I'll have to just wing it. Níl, siad, they, Diana. This one is not be, they, human. Siad is the subject noun phrase. The complement in this case is also human, but it belongs with níl and forms a verb phrase, though a discontiguous one, an interrupted verb phrase. So, because the pronoun siad comes in position 2, we know that the affirmative would be ta. They are human. Wait, but is that right? It just looks that way. To be human is a state of thing, would be is. Okay, so not as simple as I thought. I thought maybe if we got a sentence final iad, that would mean it was the is verb, but it seems not to be. So, mark it with a question. They are human would be is Diana iad, right? Diana. Níl an fear glán. Clean. The man is not. So unfair in the middle there, that's subject MP. The man. Níl is not. And then the thing that fills out the verb phrase. Clean.
Tá mo bhríste salach.
Tweak that. Guess not. Tam vriście, my breeches, my pants. With mutation because it's in the phrase with mo. Mo vriście, it's the subject. My pants, ta salach are dirty.
An páiste nó.
Postje new, a new child, the new child. New recent. So the A there's silent.
An páiste nó.
Postje new.
Níl sé sin dleach.
This reminds me of the word for lawyer. Is that what it is? Legal, yeah. Slaz, very characteristic DL initial cluster. She, shin together is a noun phrase. That. She, it, shin like over there. That is not legal, is the meaning. So, first is the verb not be. That, legal, is phrase by phrase.
An páiste nó.
Postje, the child, and then adjective new, which means new, recent.
Is bean dhifriúlaí.
Few, different. Mutated form, it's, so, one thing I've noticed with this mutation on adjectives, on adjectives and nouns is what I want to generalize to. You never see it if it's the first word, you never see it on the first word of its phrase, only if something is in the same phrase before it. Yi is negative of ta. Negative is ni. Why is the S in is not slender? Yeah. Excellent question. Exceptional word. If it's next to an E sound, it should become a sh. So it might be relevant that it's descended, I think, my best guess, from SD. This is Indo-European here, Proto-Indo-European. That H probably, or it may have been just a glottal stop. SD, there was some consonant there structurally, which did not leave a trace really in that position. I think that would be the root of Irish is, right? So what I'm saying is you've got a cluster here. That could be important, maybe not. Clusters, or the number of consonants doesn't really affect palatality. Otherwise, all right, ban, it's the first noun in its phrase. There's no way it's going to be mutated. Is a verb. It means, okay, for this type of sentence with is, with this copula, we look to the very end for the subject. E is a mutated form of she, meaning she. Is means is. Ban jifriul.
Is bean dhifriúlaí.
Jifriuli. Is ban jifriuli. She is a indefinite different woman. Ta, and isni. So we can use the fact of 2 letters long to connect is with ni. Ni negative of ta.
Tá ceist leach agamart.
So it would be to be human with ta. Already running into trouble. Can't use the slashes because I'm using this slash for long for the length mark, the acute. Affirmative ta. Ni ta. And is takes ni. Ta kesht yilachach. So this mutation is important. Tells me look leftward. That word's going to be included in this phrase. A question that is legal, and then we have new phrases following. I really like this sequence of the prepositional phrases. Agam at me ort upon you. For on you. Okay, ta there is a legal question. At me means I have. And the second, so this is a fusion of ag, or ak, meaning at, and the pronoun for me. And this is also a fusion with a different preposition. I have a legal question, kesht, and then art for you. Is it a new thing? Unwill. It's going to be the is one, so I think unwill. Gach nu unwill gach. Okay, yeah. There's no verb, unless an is a verb here. Rut, gach is every. I'm thinking of gach rut. Rut is the thing. Rut nu What is an here? It's not the definite article.
Níl cot déana.
Neil is for ta. So that means the subject is this noun phrase. The cat is not human. Níl a cot déana.
Níl cot déana.
Déana. Níl a cot déana.
Níl cot déana.
Níl a cot déana.
Támuid déana.
Talmud. Okay. It's not is. We are human. Mud is the pronoun. Subject. We. Ta are. Déana.
Tá an léine gláán.
Subject is the shirt. An léine. Ta. With glan. Together mean is clean. My dog, Mawadra, will be the subject. We'll have ta, Mawadra. Mutated because it's the second word, and this one anciently ended in a vowel. That will give you that outcome. Incomplete closure of the M. Ta Mawadra Salach. My dog is dirty. Ta Mawadra Salach. The shirt is clean. Ta Alyena Glan. But okay, there it is. Ta the shirt. Alyena with a long A. Glan. Hello, Purple Calamity. Welcome. First time here? No, I think you've been here before, right? Anything you'd like to see today? We're starting with some Irish. Welcome back. Three of 9. Oh boy. Feels like a long road. How about you, Levi? Thing on the top right. Glad you asked. So this one here that's moving. This is the first book that we put out, we being Lango Institute. So our URL, langoinstitute.com. Here, this is the /books domain. This one called Some Fun is our first book for Korean learners, English speakers who are trying to learn Korean, involving sort of like wordplay, puns across the two languages. We've also got a second one, similar type content. They're both illustrated by local Dallas artists, so you can order them there. I don't even know how much they go for. No. Anyway, you can find them there. This one, actually the second, with the Peninsula, I came up with nearly all of them for that book. So sort of, yeah. And we're currently working on book number 3. So some fun, the first one, and Korean Peninsula. Let me just plop that here. Let me know what languages you're most interested in, and I'll start doing those. Because I'm doing all of the ones that they teach here. So anybody watching, let me know what you want to see most. We'll do that next. So maybe that was adjectives. Now let's do some. It had some prepositions in it.
Is a spalla kleme.
Okay, we got an is one here. And it's not talking about, I mean, it's mentioning the place Dublin. Bala are clear. But is, as the verb tells us, the permanent quality. It tells us that, rather. And the as is a preposition for from. And I think, Levi, do you know, is this as a fusion of preposition with definite article? Me at the end is the subject, I. And from Dublin.
Tá ar dishmahori brodul asing.
Dishmhuri. Brodul Assen. From us. Of us. Proud of us. Oh, brod looks, the consonants there, quite like our word proud. It's got the O and the U. Dish. So this is a mutated form. The basic one will be with a T, simple T initial, parents. Tishmehor. And R means our. So, what would have been, why is this one voice? That means it must have been prenasalized, this style of mutation. But what would the pronoun form have been, I wonder? So this is a surprising mutation for me here in this place. Yeah, my copy stick is just not working. Oh. Ta, R. So when we see two together like that, we've got GC, also BP, DT. Those combinations at the beginning of words signals mutation. We pronounce the first one, the, and the T reminds us, the second letter there, in this case T, reminds us what the basic form is, so that it helps us in both ways. Shows us how to pronounce the word and reminds us where we'd find it in the dictionary. And a neat feature about Irish is that on either side of a consonant group, or just a single consonant, between vowels, they're going to match. It's going to both be E's or though that's one set, or it's going to be any of the other three vowel symbols. Shmehaji. Very consistent about that. Brodul. The ones, many of the vowel letters seem to be silent. Often they're just showing quality of the consonant. Like in this last word here, A-S-A-I-N-N, asin. It's a palatal nya. As is just the preposition from. Thank you. So the pure, unadulterated that we saw in the last one with from Dublin. Spala are clear, right? Just a plain, the basic shape for that one. Okay, so here, putting it together into the English order, the subject comes right after the verb. Our parents are. Brojul asen is complex. It's got an adjective, but it needs more than being proud. I think it's an adjective. Maybe it's a noun. Syntactically, I suppose it could be a noun. Here, the glossed is proud. Yeah, all right. Let's take it as an adjective, and then with a complement in the form of a prepositional phrase. Are proud of us, just like we do in English. We could say our parents are proud. I don't know about in Irish if we leave off the complement. Our parents are proud, that's meaningful in English, but we can specify with an of phrase. Either of the accomplishment or the person, both using of in English.
An bhfuil do bháthir brodul asad.
An bhfuil do bháthir brodul asad. Here I've got another one of those fusions. So a really common theme you see over and over in Irish is you've got your prepositions fusing with pronouns and articles into single words. Let me spell it out to be more helpful. This is just a process that generates many, many dozens of words in Irish. a little hard to remember, but as long as you're clear on what you're looking at, I think it can be mastered. Preposition, so little words to, of, on, from, and so on. A pronoun or some other determiner, like an article. Maybe possessive? Yeah, they fuse with possessive forms too. Those are determiners. For instance, here we see asset. The as part means from, and the at at the end, the t final there tells us from you, singular. In a single word form, we need 2 words to say that in English. They haven't fused. Will the waher brodul asset? Is your mother? This is the question form of be. Be ta in the affirmative, right? The waher with mutation means your mother. Brodul, proud. Asset, from you, we say of you.
Tá muinneáin ag an múinteoir asainn.
So the E vowel, letter I, on either side of N there, tells us the slender one. Tá muinneáin ag an múinteoir asainn. At the teacher. Trust. Wait, múinteoir is teacher, yeah. What if they're related? Ta ag, that means the teacher is the possessor. We'll make it the subject in English, the teacher. Literally, somewhat literally, he has trust from us, in us. I just say trusts us. Has trust in us, a little closer to Irish.
Tá muinneáin agam asad.
Tá muinneáin agam asset. I think I like this cover art better of the two, but they're all richly illustrated throughout. The book I was just describing. So, especially suitable for any kids you might know learning Korean. Tá muinneáin agam asset.
Tá muinneáin agam asad.
Confidence in you.
Tá mo waher brodul asam.
From me, that final M. Okay, ta, verb first, then subject, my mother has trust, or trusts me. Oh, brodul, not the other one. Brodul. Brodul.
An bhfuil mhór máthir brodul asaí.
Here, is this them? No, you. An will vorwaher.
An bhfuil mhór máthir brodul asaí.
Okay, so maybe an exception to what I was just saying. That at the beginning of a noun phrase, you'll never see that. Oh, this is not mutated. It's basic, right? This BHUR. It looks mutated. Maybe historically, but not synchronically. An will vor, that's y'all's mother. Is your mother. Okay, these harmonize. Vor and the asib. Asi.
An bhfuil mhór máthir brodul asaí.
Asi. Does your mother take pride in you? Pride. Proud. Is your mother proud of you?
Tá muinneáin agam aiste.
Tá muinneáin. That's the trust one. I have it. It is at me. I have trust. Aschi looks feminine. Trust in her. Reminds me of Eke. A-I-C-I.
Tá an bhean brodul astú.
Okay, so here's more what I meant with that mutation rule. Here we've got the lenited form, or whichever one it is. The mutated form of be that turns it into a fricative van.
Tá an bhean brodul astú.
And it tells us this is not the first word of the noun phrase. An, there to the left, belongs to this. The woman is proud of them. I am from Dublin. Is aspala cliame. Tá muid brodul asta. Proud of them. Tá muid. We are proud of them.
Tá muinneáin agan easamh.
Tá muinneáin agan easamh. There's trust at us means we have trust. We trust you, plural.
Tá muinneáin ag na múntarí easam.
Tá muinneáin ag na múntarí easam. So I just like to break it into meaningful phrases, this sentence, as I approach an understanding of it. Tá muinneáin, that's our subject there, the trust. Ag, we've got a prepositional. Two of them here. First one, at the teachers, with a plural ending, and this article also tells us plural, although na can also be in the singular. Means there is the possession of the teachers. The teachers have trust in me, means they trust me. Tá muinneáin ag na múntarí easam.
Tá muinneáin ag na múntarí easam. Tá muinneáin ag na múntarí easam.
Teachers trust.
Níl muinneáin ag na fermóirí eiste.
The ag phrase for the possessor, the farmers, do not have trust in her.
Níl muinneáin ag mí rifuair easam.
Yirfur. It's the brother one, right? Yirfur.
Níl muinneáin ag mí rifuair easam.
My brother doesn't trust me. Sister.
Tá mo bhathair bródú easam.
Tá mo bhathair bródú easam. My mother is proud of me. Has pride from, right? Brodul. Oh, we don't know. I don't know enough about brodul to really literally translate it. So, if you're new to the idea of learning a new language or studying other languages, you might be surprised to see that there's more than one way to render a given string of words in a foreign language, in English. It depends on how we say closely or loosely. That's kind of the scale. And there's many points along the scale, right? You can go word for word or even more fine-grained, piece by word piece, as you translate. Usually won't give you a very easily intelligible string of English, or you can go for something where the meaning of the English sentence as a whole, the whole sentence, conveys in roughly the same way what the original tries to convey. So let's finish this. My mother is proud of me. Okay, and that's the finish. I felt earlier today, yesterday or today, I thought I would like to do some Italian. It's been a while since we did that. Currently taking, well, sometimes I get to sit in. I haven't been doing it too regularly, but at Lango we offer Italian. Never remembering to, well, okay, not too bad. And if you're just joining us, here's the list of languages that we teach here on our Twitter homepage, these guys. But on Duolingo, I'm studying them all the ones I can find. Clothing is our topic here in Italian. Suit, abito, from the verb of wearing.
L'abito.
L'abito.
L'ombrello.
Ombrello, it's really a long L, not the lia in other Romance languages. The lia is shown by GL, probably always followed by an I. Do you know any exceptions, Levi? In Italian, GL with some other vowel?
L'abito.
L'orologio.
Il portafoglio.
Look at, what's this compound type, Levi? Portafoglio. And what related words do you know? Il porta. There's a boundary. Foglio. Boundary between the two components within a compound word. The thing means wallet. And the parts are carry. Foglio, like leaves originally, so pieces of paper. Carry leaf. What type of compound is this? Verb, noun, carry the folio. Good. Portfolio in English, that's right, that's closer to the Latin, although, okay. Portfolio. Roughly, really English. French has portefeuille. So what's the type of thing? Is it a bahuvrihi? Something else? Feuille, I believe. And let's mark the boundary between the stems. But we want
L'ombrello.
the little shadow.
L'orologio.
This is a Greek compound, the hour reckoner, or something like that. Or counter.
Il mio abito.
Il mio abito.
Il mio abito.
Abito. So it's just a long ah. The B is not long in abito.
Il mio abito.
This mio is a possessive adjective, not a determiner like our word my. We need the article there too if it's definite. Il portafoglio.
Le calze.
Calze, feminine plural, socks.
L'orologio.
Orologio, this is related to the reloj in Spanish.
Il portafoglio.
Portafoglio, and the G is not, yeah, it's only the one G. It's not sounded G, it's to tell us it's the slender L. Portafoglio. Umbrella.
Il portafoglio. L'abito. L'ombrello.
Umbrella.
Una divisa.
This compound type, oh, you weren't there in Spanish, we talked about them, is, there's an English example that is a good name for the class, is pickpocket. First is the verb, and then an object of that verb. It's kind of headless. The verb is, I suppose, heady, but it doesn't take verb morpho. The resulting thing is a noun in Italian and in English, maybe not everywhere. So, killjoy of English is a pickpocket type, like this portafoglio, whereas buzzkill is the more usual object-verb order. Una divisa.
Divisa.
Oh, uniform. What type of compound is uniform, or the English word?
La donna compra un maglione.
La donna, the woman, compra, buys. Need a bit more than that. Un maglione. Sweater. Looks like an augmentative.
Sono le mie calze.
Le mie calze. Noun form.
Calze.
They are, will supply, the word they, my socks.
La lana.
Wool, the wool. Lana is the Latin word for wool. Quite stable. It's related to our word wool. Lost its W in Latin and Italian.
La donna compra un maglione.
Linen is from this root too. La donna compra un maglione. First four stories, okay. Yeah. It was at the top. Let me, if I zoom out, they're there.
Una cosa.
Una cosa.
Bianca è con suo fratello Raffaele.
Bianca e con suo fratello Raffaele. Bianca is with her brother Raffaele.
Oh, no, mi manca il pane per fare un panino.
Oh no, mi manca il pane per fare un panino. To me is missing the bread to make a sandwich. Mi manca is lacking to me. The option meaning bread, pane.
Devi andare al supermercato?
Okay, devi andare. Do you need to go? Al supermercato, to the supermarket.
Sì.
Sì.
Oh, anche a me serve una cosa dal supermercato.
Anche a me serve. Servare has the a stem, so this might be a request. A me serve. To me, it would serve. Subjunctive, I guess. Also, to me, it would serve a thing from. This is a fusion too. Italian has them as well, not just Irish. From the in a single word.
Che ti serve?
Che ti serve? What would serve you?
Un pomodoro, grazie.
Pomodoro, grazie. An apple, please.
Per l'insalata.
Pomodoro is pomodoro. No, not pomme de terre. Pomodoro. It's a tomato. It's not an apple. Mela. Pomodoro, grazie. Per insalata. The salad.
Ok.
Grazie. E del caffè.
Del caffè. Some coffee. Indefinite amount. Partitive. There, just like French.
Ok.
E dello zucchero.
Dello zucchero. Some sugar. Per il
Per il caffè.
Raffaele.
E del latte.
Del latte. Milk.
Ho un'idea.
Ho un'idea. Final vowel is lost there. Una idea. O means I have.
Tieni qualche moneta. Raffaele.
Come?
And that meant, tieni, you have qualche moneta, some money, some coins. Raffaele.
A me serve una cosa sola dal supermercato. Il pane.
A me serve una cosa sola del supermercato, il pane.
A me serve una cosa sola dal supermercato.
Cosa.
Il pane.
I only need one thing from the supermarket, the bread. But the only thing she... Oh, wait. Tieni qualche... Here you have some. Okay, she's giving them to him. A me serve... What are we doing? Oh, pears. Insalata, salad. With the prefix in Italian. Caffè. To go andare. Andante. Musical term. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is putting it in a fruit salad. Is this a spontaneous Leviism? Or something you heard somewhere? Wisdom is not putting it in fruit salad. Cosa. Fratello. You finished one thing. Sure feel great having finished a thing. Yeah, okay. Classic. Very polished structure to it. Okay, haven't done Swedish in a minute either. Verbs for a split second I thought it was vibes. Let's do some vibes.
Flickan köper ett äpple.
Okay, so Swedish, like English and most other languages that we've seen here, keeps its phrases nice and together, unlike Irish. So flickan, single one, is that one we can regard as a fusion too. The definite part, the, stuck on the end. Flickan, the girl, köper, buys. Like German kaufen, from the noun for it, merchant, came from Latin kaupon. Ett äpple, that one is one. It looks like the word the, but it's not. To me it does. It looks like it's a the that lost its initial the sound, but it's in with a neuter suffix t. The girl buys an apple.
Pojken hittar sin tröja.
Oh, and I think the S retroflexes
Hittar. Pojken hittar sin tröja.
because of the
Hittar.
R seeds changes the place of articulation for the S from sörsha. Hittar sin tröja.
Hittar.
Finds his toy.
Tröja.
Sweater. Pojken, the boy. Hittar, he hits upon, he finds. Sin tröja, his sweater. Same word order for these two languages most of the time.
Flickan köper ett äpple.
Flickan köper ett äpple. The girl buys an apple. Flickan köper ett äpple. K, but it's become a fricative. Hey, Cow Guru. Pretty well, thank you. Can't complain. How's your day going? Welcome back. Let me not have to turn my head so much. Doing a bit of Swedish at the moment. What are you
Flickan ritar en älg.
Repeat my invitation. Anybody watching, let me know what you would like to see next. Korean joke of the day. Excellent question. Do you know any Korean? It's one that's sort of good out of context. And a joke, you say. The other one is more jokey. These are just sort of weird observations. Really, the first one is more of a joke. Okay. Why did the pair go to the hospital? I'll let you ponder that for a few minutes. Why did the pair go to the hospital? There's the text up close and this nice illustration here. Yeah, and in a couple minutes, I will read you the answer, the solution. Let me put it in the chat. Why did the pair go to the hospital? And I'll get my Hangul keyboard ready. This is from the Blue Book, Some Fun. Flickan ritar en älg.
Flickan ritar en älg.
The girl ritar rides. I'm guessing. Wait, those don't match.
Ritar.
It's the verb to write that is cognate. German, and if it was the same verb, it would have a D in Swedish, matching the English D. Or it would have dropped, or not, but not a T in any case. So draws a moose, not rides a moose.
Arbetar du?
Arbetar du? Are you working? Just like German, arbeiten. This is probably a loan from German.
Arbetar.
That T there. Let's put in, so in a dictionary we're going to put in the infinitive arbeta with that A at the end. Old Swedish arbeta, arbeta, from Middle Low German, arbeiten. Old Saxon arbeidian, to offer, arbeidianang. Arbeit is labor, work, toil, hardship, suffering. Ooh, and the Gothic arbeidian. Nice looking alphabet you got there. Arbetar du?
Jag betalar.
Jag betalar. I pay.
Vi betalar inte.
The negative word comes after the verb. We're not paying. Vi betalar inte.
Hunden äter fläskköttet.
Dog eats the pork.
Fläskköttet.
Definite, shown by the suffix here. In both nouns, the dog. Definite. So one class adds an N, and one adds it to the neuter. The second noun there adds a T for agreement. The eats for definiteness. Also for agreement on other classes of words. Eats the pork, pig meat. And it's not a long K. The first K belongs to the component fläsk, where it is still a K.
Fläskköttet.
Fricative kött. Fricative and kött.
Jag vill ha en smörgås.
It's the infinitive of to have. Looks like the Italian verb. That's a chance resemblance, not cognate. Jag vill ha, I want to have. I want, we can drop the have in English. And smörgås, a sandwich. Are you working? Just two words. Work, you. Arbetar du. I want. We're going to add the verb have. Jag vill ha. Do seems to be really just an auxiliary verb and not a transitive one. Why Italian? Well, I'm trying to learn them all, but Italian's beautiful. because when I was about the age of 10, 11 or so, I started taking Latin. And I will never be uninterested in a Romance language. It's one way you might think of it. If you learn some Latin and then hear and learn a Romance language, it's kind of the closest we can get to time travel. You experience a language at one stage 2,000 years ago, and then you can sort of mentally leap over the centuries and see that outcome as it stands currently. And all languages are changing all the time. English is my native language. But when I was a real little kid, so for ages 3 to 6, we were in the Netherlands. I went to Dutch school, and I picked it up really quickly, and I forgot it pretty quickly too. German, I started learning before puberty, and I was in German schools for 10 years, so I speak that one natively or nearly so. If you'd like me to demonstrate, like I say, any that you want to see, I will I will share here and do for us. German and Dutch, I have some native speaker intuitions, the rest I learned along the way. You can only really become a native speaker of something if you start before puberty, is my understanding. Alright, I want a sandwich will be I want to have, jag vill ha. Animate class noun, smör. It's the word for butter. Gås, this modified name. Smörgås sandwich. Vill, the double L, jag vill ha. Alright, so the answer to the riddle, why did the pair go to the hospital? Pea paseo. Pea paseo. Sorry, I'm not a sentence, but the saw, the ablative. Pea paso is the answer. I really struggle with this inverted. If you read Korean, there it is. And we've even helpfully given you explanations. The word pe can mean either pear or stomach. Apa, from the word apada, means pain or ache. So if a pair goes to the hospital, it's because of a stomach ache, which can be expressed as pe apaso. Apaso. Plays on the same sound. Oh, shoot, I shouldn't have closed it. The A-E, the I-E diphthong, right? Good. Thanks. Big. Yeah, I should make that a feature. I'll do a little joke or pun from here. At least once a day. If you'll remind me. Anyone? Yeah, I think it was that spelling, and then that one, the root, P is in the root there, apa, saw. Saw is an ablative, from, and on a verb it means due to, verbing. Apa, saw. That's why the pair went to the hospital. What do we have interest in? Should we do some Korean? I do want to fill out the Yiddish a bit more. Let's do that. Just opened up 2 days ago, this new course.
Frankrijk.
Means France. Okay, we can't see the F, then it's Ra, K with the Q, Rai, double Yud, and K letter for H. Frankrijk.
Wie oft schwimmst du?
Wie oft schwimmst du? With the question fused form there. Here, fusion of verb with pronoun, which is kind of special. Although you see traces of it historically. Wie oft, how often? Schwimmst du, do you swim? With that typical Germanic inversion, verb followed by subject to signal a question. Schwimmst du, swim you. Frankrijk. I'm going to listen.
Frankrijk. Frankrijk. Frankrijk.
They recorded these nonsense ones.
Frankrijk. Frankrijk.
Had a P, the fourth one.
Singst du oft?
Singst du, do you sing? Oft, often.
Wie in Frankrijk bist du?
Wie, a different wie. Wie in Frankrijk bist du?
Wie in Frankrijk bist du?
Where in France? are you? Asach.
Asach.
Cholem.
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 I.
U. Just a vowel letter. Frankrijk.
Frankrijk.
Reich with the diphthong. Yerushalayim.
Yerushalayim.
So it sounds like they have a shu syllable in there. Yerushalayim.
Wie is Rusland?
V is Rusland. It sounds intuitively to me like how is Russia, but it's where is Russia. In standard German, wie, wo, meaning how and where are still distinct, but in this dialect of Yiddish, they've fallen together.
Die läufst oder die schwimmst?
Die läufst oder die schwimmst.
Die läufst oder die schwimmst?
What do you notice about the word order here? This is fascinating. Die läufst oder
Die.
do you walk or do you swim? You run, läufst. It's cognate with our word leap, but meaning is different. Die läufst oder die schwimmst. What would it be in German, Levi? Do you walk or swim?
Wie alt is Frankrijk?
Is Frankrijk.
Wie alt is Frankrijk?
Sounds a bit lengthened there. Raag.
Wie alt is Frankrijk?
Can't really tell if it's the monophthong a or if there's a slight hint of a y. Frankrijk. How old is France?
Wo singst die?
Wo singst die? What do you sing? Wo singst die?
Rusland is mijn land.
Rusland is mijn land.
Rusland is mijn land.
Mijn land. Level diphthong. Russia is my country.
Die läufst oder die schwimmst?
Läufst oder du schwimmst? Do you run or do you swim? Läufst du oder schwimmst du? Good. So, since we have those fused question forms available, I wonder why we don't use them. Maybe the structure is more like, is it the case that you run? Or is it the case that you swim? And if in German, you could have that word order in a subordinate clause. You could say, ich will wissen, ob du läufst, umlaut there with the e, u gives oi, oder du schwimmst. And then if that could be a historical source for that current Yiddish construction, I think, just dropping out the matrix sentence. Very interesting. And let's just finish this little circle. Das ist nicht gar nicht. That is nothing. That is not nothing. This is nothing. Das means this. Das ist nicht gar nichts. Gar nicht. Das ist
Nicht.
Gar nicht. So gar nicht. What do you think, Levi? What does this gar nicht correspond to? G-A-R. And I'm using a dollar sign for sure just to have a single character to transliterate. Exactly. In German, it's still two words. Gar, like entirely, wholly, nicht. Nichts, gar nicht. Both occur. Either not at all, gar nicht, or gar nichts, nothing at all. Gar nicht. Here, seemingly fused into a single word meaning nothing.
Ja,
And
bitte.
we have in Yiddish sort of harmonic negation. If the It's like if the, what was the sentence? Garnished. If we have negation in it, then there's going to be negativity expressed within the verb phrase too. This is your bitte. Your bitte, yes please.
Singst die man Musik?
Singst die man Musik? Do you or are you singing my music? Mein Musik. It's pretty close to the English word order.
Die machst Musik.
Die machst. You make. The st suffix showing agreement. Du machst. And Musik accented on the first syllable.
Die machst Musik.
Unlike German. In German, if it's a Fremdwort, right, a borrowed word from a foreign language, it's more likely to be stressed at the end, unlike most native words. Music comes to German and Yiddish through Latin, ultimately from Greek. So, different set of rules in the two languages.
Machst die Musik?
Machst die, that fused question one. Musik. Do you make music?
Der Apple, bitte.
The Apple bitte. Okay, this catches my ear. Because in German, if you were asking for a thing, you'd use the accusative. This sounds like you'd be saying you wanted the apple to perform an action or something. The Apfel bitte. Even there, you could also get an accusative. So German would say den Apfel bitte if you were asking it to be given to you.
Gar nicht.
Gur nicht with the raising, not gar, gur. Or gor.
Gar nicht.
It's written with O, I would say, rather. Gur nicht. Nothing.
Wie oft machst die Musik?
Wie oft machst die Musik? How often? That's word for word. Wie, how, oft, often. Do you make music?
Bitte.
Bitte, please. This is nothing. So for this, dos. D-O-S. Das ist nicht. Right there, the nicht, that one's still in the verb phrase, I would think. Nicht is going to be with a W? No. How do I get shin? C. Nicht. And then G-O-R. Gar nicht. Ni. C for sure. And then T. Das ist nicht gar nicht. Gar nicht. Das ist nicht gar nicht. Is. Oh, not eyes, but is. Oh, that's that one. Yeah, the unmarked aleph that you have to click. Maddeningly. You make music. Die machst Musik. Spelled du still with vav. Machst. Now it's going to be the KH. How do I get ch? Maddeningly. Q to get that one. Okay, alright. Whatever it's got to be. That's good for a ch, though. Machst Musik. Do we also just write vav here? Zika. Here I type K to get the Q, which is K. Bendy. We want it to be machsata. I like that in machst you have the half circle next to the full circle. Should have just been an unmarked aleph, I guess. I don't know. Do you see what it is? Alright, let's take it back home to Ireland, where we started today. Ismal is Nikali ni Liauer fi envie. So the girls like is good with the girls. Books, is it going to be about? Animals. In English, it's the object phrase, books about animals. I should rather call it the subject, just that it's... Oh, and it's final because it's an is construction. You'll always have the subject last, everything else in the middle. Is good with the girls, and then subject, books about animals.
Tá isce fút an snávan tú?
Snaven, do you swim? Foot, there is water under you, right? Or around you. Ishke water. We use ta for naming a location, like estar in Spanish. Ansnaven tu, do you swim? Under you, do you swim?
Tá an tíasc is snáb fúd.
T prothesis, so-called. The T historically belongs to the article an. And because esk, fish, starts with a vowel, T can be preserved in that environment. In the slot there. The fish, aksnav, is swimming under you. Is swimming. It was, yeah, that's right. Aksnav is a swimming, pretty much, and not without that ANN ending.
Scrífann siad leabhar fum.
Using inflected form. She at the subject, they write. Leabhar fum, books about. Books, plural. About me.
Tá fún éisteacht leis an gálín.
Under us. It is under us. Listen with the girl. Means we must listen to the girl. Intend. It's a fun intention. It is under us means we intend. Like we're going to fall. To intend. So
Tá fuí ri leis an bhar.
same construction, just a different pronoun used there. Her, she intends to run. Run with a rhythm. Lesh and var. So mutated for fair because it's with this other word for it in the phrase. With the man. She intends to run with the man. Ta fuhi rich lesh a var.
Tá fuí ri leis an bhar. Tá fuí ri leis an bhar. Tá fin gálín snábhlinn inniu.
Tá fin gálín snábhlinn inniu. Tá fin means intend also. Oh, and it's the without a pronoun, more absolute, but is it definite? Is it the girl or a girl? It's got the N, makes me think an is there, underline me. I guess definite. You know what, let me use the word back. The Galeen is singular girl. Intends to snabblin, swim with us. And inyo today.
Scríbtar leabhar fún gach bliain.
Nice. In this case, an impersonal, I would say primarily, but called a passive. Okay, we can call it a passive. We've got the subject there. Fún gach bliain. Two little things to fill it out after the core argument is named. So, books we'll put first. Skriftar. Skriftar.
Scríbtar leabhar fún gach bliain.
Skriftar.
Scríbtar leabhar fún gach bliain.
Skriftar are written. Fún, about us. Gach bliain. Every year.
Tá gach rud fún.
Tá gach rud fún. Okay, so literally it is everything is under us or about us. Do about.
Tá an scéal fum.
Tá an scéal fum means the story, subject there, which is in the middle of the sentence, is about me. Fum.
Tá fum siúl go corca.
Same word, different type of construction. It is, mean I intend to, it is under me. Shulga karka. I intend to walk to Cork. Oh, nice that it's go, meaning go in the direction of, to. Go karka. And, okay. I wonder what the ancestral form was. We don't see mutation in the place name here.
Tá fuamh éisteach leis na scéalta.
Tafuv eisjacht. There is, this is you must, right? You intend to. It is under you. Eisjacht leis na scéalta. Listen to the story. Is plural. Scale singular. See quite a diversity in the plural suffixes in Irish.
Léam na páistí scéalta fuaí.
Most common is palatalization. The letter I, second most I think so far is the E suffixed. Léan na páistí, the children read. Scéalta fuhi. Stories about her.
Tá fuaí siúl go balla clia.
Fui. Ta fui. Another intention.
Tá fuaí siúl go balla clia. Tá fuaí siúl go balla clia.
Not a slender one. It's not a fia, but ta fui shul go bala. Bala clia. He, right? He
Tá fuaí siúl go balla clia.
to walk to Dublin.
Tá an tíasc is snáb fuamh.
Ta tiask a snob food.
Tá an tíasc is snáb fuamh.
We drop the G sound, just a snob food. The fish and tiask. And that's okay, we can regard it as mutation. It's really preservation of something close to the underlying form. Not really mutated. Apparent mutation here on the word for fish, but that's because we've got this other article here in the noun phrase preceding it. Fish is swimming. Fuv under you.
Tá fuain éisteacht leis an gálín.
Reflected verb in that the periphrastic construction, two verb phrase. Reflective one is the only one that's moved up to the front. Tá fuain éisteacht leis a gálín. It is under us means we intend to. Éisteacht, listen. Leis a gálín, mutated. To the girl.
Tugam úlde.
Tugum is make. No, I can't make an apple. J is a fused one. To her. To her. Off her to her. It's interesting. Beautiful. I give an apple to her. Tugum ulji.
Tugam úlde.
J. An manyan she an hata j. Taking off. Okay. Mutated, it would be banyan, starting with a B, in the basic form. And the M can reflect the nasal final in the preceding word there. Maybe there's a lost segment too. But does she take off his hat? The hat from, her hat. Anhatte. The hat off herself. The pronoun is still there in Irish. We don't need it in English.
Banan tú díit de hata.
The hat. Banyan tu, you take off. Take off yourself. Of yourself, your own hat. You say you take your hat off.
Banan sé a chóta de.
The reflexive one again. the subject and the final prepositional one refer to the same entity. Banyan she, he takes off. Achota. That's his coat, not the coat. Takes his coat off himself.
Tá buíochtaíocht.
I'm buíochtaíocht. That one is not proud. It is I am grateful. Tiet. Grateful to you.
Tá an buachal buíochtaíim.
Grateful to me. The boy is grateful to me. Tá an buachal buíochtaíim.
Tá an buachal buíochtaíim.
Buíochtaíim.
Tá muid buíochtaíomh.
Támid buíochtaíomh. That's about you. Yeah, the one for third plural sounds quite similar. Támid is that fused verb. We are. Buíoch. Grateful to you, plural. Banyim jim mahota. Banyim jim mahota. I take off myself my coat. Cat.
Tá muid buíochtaíomh.
Támid buíochtaíomh. This is the third plural. We are proud. We are thankful, grateful to you, to them. So, I-O sequence means them. Single letter I accent means you.
Bána muid na madraí daobh.
Banyamid na madri jeev. We take the dogs off them. We take the dogs from them. Since they're not clothing, I'm not sure what is meant. I've only seen this construction so far with articles of clothing. From them here. Jeev.
Ní bhainm mór léinte daobh.
Ni wanam vor jeev. Okay, we see mutation of the verb, and my general rule of thumb still holds true. The ni negator is in the phrase with it and before it. So I don't take off your shirts. Thanks.
Ní bhaineann siad na leabhardaoim.
Ni wanyin shit na liawr jim. They don't take. Na liawr jim. The books from me.
Ní bhainm muid ar mróga daoin.
Ni wanimid are mrogadin. We do not take. Our mroga. Take off our shoes of ourselves.
Is as éirinde.
Okay. Is as Aidenje is from Ireland. Off her. What? Levi, can you help with this? What's going on here? So I'd expect the pronoun e, right? She is from Ireland. Is as Airin. Case form G. I think that's what it means. So what is this G? Off her. What's that doing there?
Baineann sibh war gótaí daobh.
Banyan shiv vorgoti div. This is off you. From you. You take off your coats. Banyan she and hataji. Does she take her hat off? take off the hat. Not possessive, but definite. There we go. I think it would also work with E. Okay, interesting. Why would it be that pronoun? So we got some verbs here too.
Ciao, come stai?
Ciao, come stai? How are you?
Noi non possiamo.
Noi non possiamo.
No, non sei un uomo.
No, non sei un uomo. No, I'm not a man.
Tu vieni nel ristorante.
You are not a man is what it was. Tu vieni, you come. Nel, that's a fusion. Nel ristorante, into the restaurant.
Abbiamo una tazza.
Abbiamo una tazza.
Non abbiamo fame.
Are not hungry. We don't have hunger. Non abbiamo fame.
Giovanni vuole una fragola.
Vuole, he wants. Giovanni wants a strawberry.
Tu fai un panino.
Fai un panino. Lei vuole. She wants una mela. What do you do? Cosa fai?
No, non sei un uomo.
Say. No, you are not a man.
Vado al ristorante.
Vado, I go. I think this is from andare. To the restaurant. You see this? Al also
Al.
French. And French preserves it as O, spelled A-U.
Noi non conosciamo la ragazza.
Noi non conosciamo la ragazza. What are they doing? Let me just make sure they're not taking something apart that they shouldn't there. Noi non conosciamo la ragazza.
Vado al ristorante.
Go to the restaurant. Vado al ristorante.
Vediamo uccelli.
See birds. Vediamo.
Fai come dico, non come faccio.
Fai come dico, non come faccio. The first and last words in this sentence are from the same verb. Fai is you do. Come, as, I say. Non come faccio, not as I do.
Vediamo uccelli.
See birds. Vediamo uccelli. Uccelli.
Troviamo le scarpe.
Find the shoes.
Non danno caramelle ai cavalli.
Non danno caramelle ai cavalli. Fusion here.
Ai.
E, yeah. Just written together. Single sound. They don't give. Danno. Canned sweets to the horses. We find, troviamo, the shoes, le scarpe. I don't know. Non lo so. Non so. Okay, let's change gears a little bit and do some Chinese next. Which also has been, well, halfway down the list.
胖
Fat.
健
From left. 康觉
康
in the word for healthy. 觉得 to feel.
觉得
健
健
healthy. 胖 fat.
胖康
不要睡觉，
不要睡觉. It looks like it means, but does not. I don't want to sleep. 不要, best regarded as just a single word, meaning don't. 胖.
康
Let's do them all from left. The first one is 胖. I'll set it aside. 得
的
or 的. Too many definitions to name right now.
康
And
健
opposite order for healthy.
胖
我们的猫很胖，
我们的猫很胖. Our cat is fat.
不要吃不健康的东西。
Nice structure here. Two boos. What are they doing? Here, 不健康的, not healthy, is modifying things. This one, 不要, means don't. So we could say don't eat not healthy things, but a little better sounding in English is to say unhealthy. 康 from left. 雪的
雪的
of the snow. 健
健康
康 together healthy. 胖
胖康
康
康
工作
作
健
健
胖.
胖
为什么你觉得你很胖？
Why do you think you're fat? 为什么 why 你觉得你很胖? You think you very fat? Okay, healthy.
健康胖的
累
累
means tired.
什么蔬菜最健康？
什么蔬菜最健康? What vegetable is healthiest?
那个老师不胖。
那个老师 that's the topic. 不胖 is not fat.
不要上网。
不要上网 don't go online.
我想吃健康的东西。
我想吃健康的东西. This one, want to, 想. I want to eat healthy things. 健
健住身
basically 身 for the body. It's in the word 身.
身
Compounds not used on its own.
意
Intention. Compounds.
请注意健康。
注意 like this one. Pour attention. 注意 it means pay attention. 请注意健康. Pay attention to your health. 住
住
from left you got the body. 身
身
study 学习.
学习
And at the end, intent. 意
意住
我的身体不错，
我的身体不错. Literally, it's my body is not bad. My health is okay. It's okay. 健
健
住
住
for 身
身
意
意
公
公
益
意
身
身
住
住累。你的工作太忙了，要注意身体健康。
你的工作太忙了，要注意身体健康。Your work is too busy. Your job is too busy. 要注意身体健康。健康。Take care of your health. Of your body health. So to pay attention, we say 注意身 and to say healthy, we say 健康。
健康。我会注意身体。
我会注意身体。I will take care of my health. Literally of my body. I will pay attention to the body.
始
in words meaning beginning.
开
Kai to open. Be open. These two together.
开始
means start, begin.
练
断
断始练断
These two together in the opposite order. To exercise.
断
We've also got
练
始
始
开
开断。
电影5点开始。
电影5点开始。The movie topic. 5 o'clock start means starts at 5.
我每天都锻炼。
我每天都锻炼。I practice, train every day. Time a workout is what they want us to say. Time word goes after the topic, at the head of the predicate. Let's say I every day include all. Everyday all workout. From left.
锻炼开始开身开始锻炼。
他们在超市买东西。
Okay, series of verb phrases. Be at supermarket is the first one. They are shopping. 买东西 means buy things or go shopping. And we will use a preposition in English. They are at the supermarket. So word for word, phrase by phrase in Chinese. They be at supermarket, buy things.
开始锻炼。
That would mean start to work out. Could be a phrase.
开始锻炼。觉得
means to feel.
你去哪儿锻炼？
Where do you work out? Where are you going to work out? Where do you go? Where? 哎呀，你去哪儿锻炼？
我们几点开始？
我们几点开始？ What time do we start? How many o'clock start?
他每个星期日都去锻炼。
他每个星期日都去锻炼。She goes to work out every Sunday.
电影几点开始？
电影 topic. 几点开始 What time does the movie start?
我每天都锻炼。
我每天都锻炼。I work out every day. Every single day, it said quite correctly.
Níl sé sin proficiúnta.
Nin Station is together. There we go. Now I can copy it. And as Levi instructed us, Neil was for ta. Yeah. There was ta and Neil is and ni. She, shin, that going there reaffirms that. It is that, we'll say for the she, shin, is not proficiente, professional.
Is turtar bewe.
Boo. Living. A turtle that is living. It is a living turtle.
Tá an leabhar go dona.
Ha leabhar go dona. The book is very bad. Oh, the go we leave untranslated. What's your take on this go, Levi? Why is it there? What's it doing? When could we do without it?
An lá dearnach.
I just asked since it doesn't have a straightforward English equivalent that I could see. And law is the day. Gerianach. Final.
An lá dearnach.
Not Gerianach. Okay, normally a slender R will be a R, but maybe only if it's with another consonant.
An lá dearnach.
Gerianach. I'm sure it differs from region to region. For this speaker, she tends to have R, vowel trill, but not here. So it's the day last. In terms of word order, we say the last.
Tá an dáta tábhachtach.
For tábhachtach, it sounds a little bit like German gewichtig. Take off the prefix. Wichtig means important. Ta, so the date is the subject, and data is tábhachtach, important. Ta an data tábhachtach.
Tá an dáta tábhachtach. Tá an leabhar nua fáil.
Fáil. Prepositional. Fáil, available. The new book is available.
Is ban profisiúnta í.
So, this is helpful. This mutated from proficiente. Look to the left, we have a noun, ban. This is in a phrase together. A professional woman. The subject is sentence final. She is. And it's going to be indefinite. A professional woman. This ban for woman is at the head of its noun phrase, and it's not mutated.
Ichim an caca dearnach.
It is in the verb phrase with the verb there is. So maybe sometimes you do see other types of mutation.
Ichim an caca dearnach.
Ishim, I eat. And kakajerinach, the last cake.
Is shikín beo é.
A, the subject, it is shikin beo, a living chicken.
Níl me fáil.
Níl me fáil. I am not available.
Tá an fearr tábhachtach.
Tá an fearr tábhachtach. The man is important.
An bhfuil an nuachtán fáil.
An bhfuil an nuachtán fáil. Is the newspaper available?
An bhfuil sé go dona.
An bhfuil sé go dona. Is it bad? Okay, Levi's responded. It is like vague places in the direction of, right? Go, we saw it to Dublin. And also it makes adjectives into adverbs. Ta me go ma. I am well. Okay, could be. But in this case, an bhfuil sé go dona. Dona.
An bhfuil sé go dona.
Dona. I don't think I would call it an adverb. I'm not disagreeing. I think there's more to it. And I'm also skeptical about whether ma is an adverb in goma. Could be. We do use an adverb in English, but it's modifying a noun. I think really that well in English is both an adverb and an adjective, as well as the noun for the place where you draw water. Is it just bad? So all of 5 words in Irish, 3 in English.
Tá sé beo.
He or it is alive.
Tá mit profisiúnta.
Tomid, we are. Profisiúnta, unmutated with just a P. Professional.
Tá an leabhar go dona.
Donna. Tá leabhar. The book is go donna, bad. Wouldn't want to say that that was an adverb, bad, in either sentence. You know what? I think if we had ta and leabhar donna, I don't know if it would need to mutate or anything, but leabhar donna would be the order if they were in the same noun phrase together. The bad book. So what the go does is like whatever that word was in Tokipona, where it sort of signals the boundary. Your noun phrase is ended, you are now in the complement of the copula, something like that. But of all the ones that I'm doing on here, I find Irish the most challenging and also
An bhfuil a price agat.
the most interesting for that reason. I like how this price sounds just like English price, which is what it means.
An bhfuil a price agat.
Could be borrowing from English. Let's find out. English price. Ultimately in Latin, pretium, which we have in appreciate, precio in Spanish. Agate, do you have the price is the meaning. On will, the question form of ta, do you have the price? Irish price is the subject. Is the price at you?
Tá dí ráthir freagrach.
That's the other one. Friagrach. So listen to the R qualities at the beginning and in the middle there.
Tá dí ráthir freagrach.
Friagrach. Your brother is responsible. Okay. Mutated, and we've got do, the possessive, with it. Your brother is responsible. I think the root of the adjective is fiagra, which means answer. Answer, reply, response. So same root for these terms. Responsible. An adjective deriving suffix added in both languages. Etymology missing, alas.
Tá mit ráthir neamhsplách.
Neamhsplách. Independent. Ooh. My brother is tá irresponsible, independent.
Is nuacht an effigiúil é.
Effigiúil. Is nuacht an effigiúil é. Friagra always confused. Yeah, it looks like German Fragen. Same thought here. Pregunta is related to Fragen. Let's see, Friagra. Okay, so here's the case where noun followed by adjective, they're together in a noun phrase, and then A is the subject. Is it, and it's indefinite, unofficial, newspaper. Oh, that's a question. It is. Tá bia miliata agavar. The man has, we will say, military food. Are these meals ready to eat?
Tá bia riachtanach.
Tá bia riach. Okay, listen to the R here.
Tá bia riachtanach.
Riachtanach. Adjective deriving ach at the end. Food is necessary.
An price.
Price, the price.
Is dínear effigiúil é.
It, subject at the end, is a unofficial dinner.
Is dochter míleta í.
Milita. She is. What's Milita again? Military doctor. So in a compound or phrase like this, it's very easy to tell in Irish, unless that's what mutation does. Anyway, the head of the phrase or the compound is the first noun. Doctor pertaining to military. Opposite order for English.
Cahan sí cóta míleta.
She, that is, she puts on, wears. She wears a military coat. Military coat.
An bhfuil tú freagrach?
Will to freagrach. This corresponds pretty closely in the word order. Are you freagrach responsible?
Níl mo grifur neamhsplach.
Níl mo hier fjur neamhsplach. My sister is not independent.
Céir tá freagrach?
Tieta freagrach. Who is responsible? My brother. Is this ta? Yeah. Seems ta for descriptions, but is for identifications, categorizations. Ta mo graher verthair. Avon Njavsplach. Spliach. Okay, I missed the letter E there. Tamo graher njavsplach. Water is necessary. Ta ishke rach was it riechtenach. Riechtenach. Any requests? Anything you guys would like to see? Go back to Yiddish for a minute. Done with you, on to me.
Chulem.
Der Apple, der Mann. Das Japan. And in standard German, der Japan, das Japan. Japan. Don't think so. My answer should not be accepted. Okay, not any of those. Cholem.
Chulem.
Dus I. Dus is der Nomen.
Das ist der Nomen. Der Nomen, look at that. Nomen. What strikes you there, Levi? Or anybody else who knows? Das ist der Nomen. Beer.
Bear.
There's jazz.
Jazz.
For jazz music. No.
No.
Javer.
Chaver.
Chol.
Chulem.
Spelling is interesting. A bit of a mismatch there. Why is the word for name in Latin? Well, they're cognate. It's kind of like longus and English long. They're cousin words. They go all the way back to the same ancestor. They happen to coincide in spelling, although along the way they've been different. What's the standard German for name? It's also masculine, which is unusual in Indo-European. This name word is very widespread. It's usually neuter. Der Name, and we see the N showing up in case forms and the plural, die Namen. Not in the nominative singular, but there it is. So Latin spelled the same, nomen. Greek onoma, Sanskrit nama, and a bunch of others, English name, all in this family of words. So yeah, happens to be spelled like the Latin for name. That's an accident. Well, more or less. The detail that it's the same spelling is an accident. They're cognates.
Ich heiß nicht so.
Ich heiß nicht Zoe. I am not so called. That's not my name.
Ich komm nicht.
Kim. That's from spelled kum. From the verb coming. Nicht. I am not coming.
Von Japan?
Fun. Japan. Okay.
Von Japan?
From Japan. Your friend. Din Freund.
Dan.
Oh, maybe not. It's friend. Xavier.
חבר,
Friend. Okay. Spelled with a B. Probably a Hebrew one if it's sounded V. And we can't tell the gender from this because Dan, the determiner, doesn't distinguish. Is this your boyfriend or your husband? So, since we have this alternative question, I think it's going to be that declarative word order. Is din or Dan Xaver oder Dan man. Maybe it's a standard inversion. Is Oh, this is dos.
Dus.
Din Dan
Dan.
Xaver
חבר,
Xaver.
Oder. Dan. Man.
Okay, I think this will be the last one for the evening. The English. Das Vosa. Dos Japan. Dos English. Dos English.
Dus is English.
This is English. Dos is English.
Ja, ich hab a Gitarre.
Yo, ich hab
Ja, ich hab a Gitarre.
a guitar.
Nein, ich hab nicht kein Chaverte.
Nein is, let's see.
Nein, ich hab nicht kein Chaverte.
That's going to be the feminine. Nein, no. Ich hab nicht. Negated within the verb phrase. I don't have. Kann is also negating. But a girlfriend, I'm going to say. Female friend.
Hat Sprinze a Chaverte? Hat Sprinze a Chaverte? Hat Sprinze a Chaverte? Hat Sprinze a Chaverte? Hat Sprinze a Chaverte?
שפרינצה,
Ah,
Oh, is Sprinze a name? Does Sprinze have a girlfriend? Yeah, okay.
Ja, ich heiß auch Alter.
Jo, ich heiß Hoch
Ja, ich heiß auch Alter.
Alter. Yes, my name is also Alter.
Nein, Polish ist nicht kein Problem.
Polish. So this correspondence here, Polish to Polnish. A little complicated. There's no N in this Yiddish one. Polish.
Nein, Polish ist nicht kein Problem.
Nicht kein Problem. No, Polish is not a problem, whatever that means.
Nein, Jiddisch ist nicht kein Problem.
Yiddish is nicht kein Problem.
Nein, Jiddisch ist nicht kein Problem.
It's no problem. No, I am not from Japan either. Okay. Ugh. Nein,
Nein.
ich
Ich.
bin euch nicht. Bin what? Oh, it's probably going to be kum. Ich kim. I come not. Ich kim nicht. Na.
Nicht.
And it's going to be fun or fin.
Fin.
Fin. It's going to be der or just Japan. We need to say also, and that's going to be euch. Ich komm euch
auch,
auch nicht.
Fin.
Fin. Japan. Double negatives nicht kann. Do that in standard German? No, not to my use. Right, so the simplest way I would describe it is if you have negation in your sentence, then you're also going to have negative marked on within the verb phrase with nicht. Is this Polish or Yiddish? Is dos.
Is. Dos.
Polish oder
Oder.
Yiddish.
is Yiddish. Thanks a bunch for watching. Give me a follow or friend me if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Have a good evening.